Good evening, everyone. We want to welcome everyone to to our Success in Education Night, which actually also coincides with our school board regular board meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask that everyone stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so we've got a couple of very quick kind of board things to do. And then I will turn it over to our superintendent, Dr. Middleton, who will move forward with our Success in Education. So real quick on roll call, we have tonight Director Kincaid, Director Ledoux, our wonderful Granite Falls High School representative, Danica, and our Crossroads representative, Ariel. I'd like to make a motion that we excuse Director Veach and Director Dane. Is there a second? Motion's been made and second. All in favor? Aye. Outstanding. All right. Next on the agenda, real quick, we have the consent agenda. Are there any additions or anything with one addition? Was that in the packet? Okay. I don't have that pulled up right now. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda with the addition? Motion's been made by Director Ledoux, seconded by Director Kincaid. All in favor? Aye. Outstanding. All right, now moving on to item 3A, which is board comments. Director Ledoux, do you want to start? There's a microphone right there.
Test. Okay. Nothing new that I can say for these nights. These nights are my favorite nights as a board member, is to sit and watch the recognition of all the fantastic students that are going to be very briefly here talked about and then, recognized rightfully so, right? The hard work that's put in by your children, by the students in this community are second to none. It's fantastic. So I'm just excited to see that come through tonight and excited to hear all the awards and everything come through. So really excited.
Just wanted to welcome everybody tonight and say it's just so great to see you all here, and it's so exciting. These Success in Eds are always so much fun and so exciting to see the accomplishments that are happening throughout the schools. So just wanted to say welcome and happy Easter.
Danica, Ariel, you guys have anything? Okay, no worries.
First and foremost, I would like to say welcome, everybody. And second, our Crossroads Prom is coming up May 3rd, and we have a prom shop, which basically what that is giving formal clothing for people who need it. So if you didn't see out there, there's prom clothes donations. So if you are able to, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the next item is the reason why we're all here, our Success in Education. I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Middleton, who will lead us from there. Thanks, Dr. M.
Good evening and welcome. And as you heard from our board members tonight, Success in Ed is our favorite night. We're here to recognize and celebrate students who have achieved at high levels during this third quarter. They've been nominated by their teachers and principals for the Success in Ed Awards. We're also recognizing some staff members who have made a difference in their classrooms or building and who keep the focus on students and student learning. Before getting to the awards, however, I'm pleased to introduce two people tonight. Our incoming superintendent, and that is Mrs. Dana Giesland, and she's in back and she'll wave and welcome. Dana currently works as assistant superintendent in Edmonds, and in February was selected by our board of directors as the next Granite Falls superintendent. It's been just an absolute pleasure and privilege to work with Dana during this transition period. And our second person I want to introduce is really a recent hire, literally 2 minutes ago, formally approved by the board. And that is Mrs. Emily Moore. And Emily's going to also wave and say hello to all of us. She will be joining us next year as our Executive Director of Student Services. Emily is currently an elementary principal in Edmonds. And tonight, after our ceremony, if you have a chance, I hope you'll take a moment and say hello to both of our incoming leaders. Now on to our awards. Students and staff, congratulations on your accomplishments. We look forward to celebrating with you. Before I ask our first principal to present, students and staff who are being recognized, please come and join your principal or supervisor up here to their left when your name is called. After your accomplishments are described and shared with our audience, we ask that our board wants to shake your hand or fist bump or high five. So please go around and let them greet you and congratulate you. And then you're going to walk around to that side of the room, all the way to the back where you see the black curtain, where we want to take your picture. And then we ask that you stick around because not only do we have refreshments for you this evening, but we also want to take a group picture of all the recipients tonight. So with that said, I'm going to ask our first presenter tonight, and from the high school, Mr. Bianchini, who has some students and staff awards.
Good evening. And yes, we have 4 really outstanding students. And then we were fortunate enough to have 2 staff members. And so the high school really has done an outstanding job in terms of with the students and the staff. And unfortunately, you get to hear me talk for a long time because of these awards. And so let's have our first candidate up here, and that's Braden Peterson. Come on up here. So Braden, he is our freshman, one of our freshman winners, and he is off to a fantastic start his freshman year. He's a 3.5 student GPA, taking all the required classes for our freshman. He's a leader. He was involved in our Battle of the Classes and our school newspaper. Participated in cross country this year, and then expectation was that he would turn out for track, and just because of a busy time, family moving, he wasn't able to turn out for track. But as soon as the cross country coach, who also coaches track, he found me, and it was the first question he asked me, where is that Braden Peterson kid? Because he's got a great future in track and cross country. So that's something to watch him as he goes through high school. He loves to rollerblade. He loves to draw, read, and write. He also loves staging houses for real estate agents, volunteered working at our concession stand during sporting events. He plans on going to college, but if a job with a lot of money comes his way, he's fine with that too. Braden Peterson, this is from his teachers now. Braden Peterson is a very respectful student and goal-driven. When Braden falls behind in his academics, he does not make excuses. He simply tells me that he will get it turned in, and he apologizes for being late and gets it done. Second teacher, I can always count on Braden to bring a smile to class and a genuine excitement to learn. He is incredibly helpful during labs and is a wonderful team member to his group. You rock. You can tell who that was from just by the labs. Braden's willingness to put in hard work it takes to succeed in school is an example of the strength of character he possesses. In addition, he doesn't mind offering help to other students and is a motivator when working in group settings, often leading the way by example. Braden will enjoy academic success throughout his high school years and beyond. And so the next part of this, I kind of do a little research myself, and I look up their name and what their name means and how close it is to their real personality. And moms and dads, you can tell me if this is accurate. For Braden's, they're strong with wisdom, intuition, and resilience. They value their independence and treasure their personal space, have a natural talent for research, analysis, and problem solving, He excels in careers that require critical thinking, attention to detail, and a deep understanding of complex systems. His ideal career path might be science, engineering, law, education, or writing. He loves to write. They might also be successful in the artistic fields. They are social butterflies who effortlessly charm others with their wit and humor. Bradens often exhibit a vibrant and lively personality, always seeking new experiences and eager to explore the world around him. From what I know of Braden, that's pretty darn accurate. Accurate, very accurate. Good job. Let's give it up for Braden Peterson, please. And head down that way and shake their hands. Our next candidate is Madison Simpson. Come on up here, Madison. Some of the fun of this is really the buildup and the lunch table that she sits at. She's got a group of friends, and I intentionally go over there and say, okay, somebody's got to tell me something funny about Madison and some little joke. And they didn't, but just leading her on and thinking that they did, that's kind of the fun part of this. So she also is off to a fantastic start in her high school career. She's a 4.0 student. That's the best that there can be. She's earned all A's in every class that she has taken. She's the arts and entertainment editor for the Tiger Tribune. That's our school newspaper. After high school, she wants to study animation and hopefully land a job in that field. If that doesn't work out, she wants to be an archaeologist. From her teachers, Maddie is a ray of sunshine and a wonderful addition to our 6th period science class. She is consistently engaged, always tries her hardest, and does an amazing job at supporting those around her. You are awesome. A dedicated, self-motivated student whose intrinsic desire to excel in school serves as a great role model for those students around her. She is going to succeed in whatever she sets her mind to and is already becoming a leader among her peers. Madison is the type of student that teachers look forward to having in their classroom. That's about as good a compliment as you can get. She's a fantastic contributor to the Tiger Tribune. She consistently delivers high-quality work and valuable contributions to the school newspaper, showcasing her talent and dedication as a journalist. Madison is seen as possessing significant potential for achievement and success. I have confidence in her ability to excel and make a positive impact in various endeavors. Now for Madison's name. Madisons are drawn towards silence and inner peace. They're often dreamers and philosophers. Their natural creative drive that seeks expression and innovation. They are open to change and constantly seek new places, spaces, challenges, and adventures. Cleverness, adaptability, and creativity are some of the strengths associated with Madison. They gravitate towards mental and creative endeavors rather than hard manual labor. They are often characterized by their strong work ethic, organizational skills, and productivity. Madison is going to be a writer, actor, musician, or entertainer. Again, that fits pretty darn close to the Madison I know. Let's give it up for Madison Simpson, please. Madison. Our next Success in Ed winner is sophomore Elodie Tate. Come on up here. Elodie is a fantastic student, and she's taking some very rigorous classes as a sophomore. She's taking chemistry, AP Lang, AP US History, Algebra 2, which is a math class ahead of where she should be, and she's earning a 3.9 GPA. How dare someone give her an A-. She stars on the soccer team. She earned all league honors and selected team captain for the next year's team. She also plays on a select soccer team, which is a very high-level club. Loves to work out daily at her local gym. She assisted in our food drive. She hopes to go to a 4-year college and maybe more after earning her degree, depending on what her major is. She would like to continue playing soccer if the opportunity is there. And now her teachers, Elodie Tate, goes above and beyond in everything she does. Even as a sophomore taking a college-level junior class, She outshines most of her peers. She is a dedicated hard worker who defines academic excellence. She is a great example of a student athlete maintaining high standards in both the classroom and on the pitch. And so for her name, Elodie, it means foreign riches. She's drawn towards silence, inner peace, and self-examination. She's analytical, intellectual, and focused, natural curiosity, and never stops adventuring. She has a deep interest in human nature and an ability to see through superficial appearances. She's drawn to literature. She prefers rural living over city life. Explorers, researchers, and investigators are Elodie's, and they are versatile, clever, and adaptable, and creativity are some of their strengths. Does that sound like you a little bit? A little bit? Okay, let's give it up for Elodie, please. Our last student, Addison Haverfield, come on up here. Elodie, hey, Elodie, you're not done yet. You got to go that way, walk in front of everybody and back here to the curtain so you can get a picture. So I've known Addie really since she's probably been about 8 or 9 years old, as her older brother went through the middle school when I was there. And watching her grow into the person that she has been pretty awesome for me. From a coaching perspective and just watching her in really whatever she does, whether that's any sport she's playing or just a school activity, she makes the people, the classes, and the school better because of who she is and what she does. She's taking AP classes. She takes AP Lang, AP History, Leadership, and Yearbook. She's a member of the National Honor Society, and she was inducted her sophomore year. She has a 3.5 GPA, and like I just mentioned, in terms of sports, in my 21 years of being here, she's probably one of the better athletes, boy, girl, that have come through Granite Falls High School, and just watching her perform. She's going to be a 4-year letter winner in basketball. She'll be a 5-year letter winner in softball. She was first team all conference in both sports. Dumb me, I challenged her this year. I said, "Oh, I bet you can't hit over 500. She kind of scoffed at me. She's hitting 700 right now on the softball team. Last spring, she was named the Granite Falls High School Female Athlete of the Year. She loves to fish and hunt and hang out with her family. She volunteers at the fire station during the Christmas holiday, providing presents for families in need. Volunteer coaches 5th and 6th grade girls basketball team. When she graduates, she wants to follow her dad and brother and become a structural firefighter, EMT, and then she wants to go to college and earn her fire science degree. From her teachers, Addison Haverfield is a goal-driven, self-disciplined student who knows what she wants out of her high school career to be able to obtain her career in life. Addison is a happy, kind presence in the classroom. She is helpful to her peers and an exceptional student citizen. She completes all of her work with excellent quality and without complaint. Echoes what I just said, really. Our school is a better place because she is in it. And now for Addison, her name. They're natural leaders. They have a strong sense of purpose. They're able to inspire, motivate others to achieve their goals. They are confident in their abilities and are not afraid to take risks. They also have a compassionate side and are able to empathize with others, making them effective communicators and team players. Known for their creativity and artistic abilities and strong work ethic and determination. For me, that is exactly what Addison stands for. Please give it up for Addison Haverfield. That's it. And there is more, because we have 2 staff members who also won Success in Ed, for the high school. Chris McDonald, come on up here. Chris is our classified employee of the year. He probably could win this every quarter of every time this selection is made. He is an outstanding person to work with. He builds positive relationships with kids, and that is key in his role. He is our one of our hall monitors, really our safety, our security. He excels at connecting with students on a personal level, and he fosters their trust and rapport. Comes to work with the student's best interest in mind. He is consistently prioritizing the well-being and success of students, demonstrating a genuine commitment to their growth and development. He's helpful to all. He's known for his willingness to lend a hand whenever needed. Hey, Chris, can you do this? Chris, can you do that? Yeah, absolutely. And not even okay, I'll do it. It's just, yep, I'm on it. Got it. Constantly watches out for the safety of our school. He maintains a vigilant eye on the school grounds, ensuring safe and secure environment for everyone. He's kind of our utility man. If we need him, hey, Chris, will you do this? Yep, Chris, do this. Usually it's done before I even ask him, because he's just that type of person. He gets it done. He coaches 3 sports at the high school. He's a football coach, a wrestling coach, track and field coach, and our kids benefit from his leadership. He was actually selected as our Emerald Sound Assistant Wrestling Coach of the Year. He's so in tune with everything that happens at the high school. When we talk about different issues or different problems, he's able to, like, oh yeah, that's the kid that did this, or oh yeah, I saw that, and problems are taken care of. He's able to anticipate student behavior. His intuitive understanding of student behavior enables him to effectively intervene and guide students even before they reach problematic situations. I've watched him several times. Kids are emotional. They're in distress. After they leave talking with Chris, they are back down to a base level, normal. He has a very special knack in dealing with kids. He's familiar with students' hiding spots also. He knows where they go to hide. He's able to kind of lay out a plan and how we can get to these kids and make sure that they're being safe and not making bad choices. Now for Chris's name, they're organized, methodical, practical, reliable, and honest. Gentle, cooperative, patient, and sincere. He's inspirational. Chris's are inspirational. They're dependable, very down to earth and well-grounded. Fixing things is his passion. There are times when he comes to work and we had the power out. I just rewired something and we got our power back. And so, yeah, I mean, that fits him and his careers, and we're pushing him to do this. Careers for Chris's are teachers, social workers, and advisors. And he does all of that without having the specific title. Let's give a huge round of applause for Chris McDonald. All well deserved, for sure. Last but not least, our certificated staff member, Miss Anna McGar. Please come on up here. Oh, I got a lot. Her dedication and contributions to the school community make her an exemplary candidate for this success in education. She's a devoted science teacher, cross-country coach, and girls basketball coach. She fosters both academic and extracurricular success in all our students. She's also the senior class advisor. Her competitive and enthusiasm her competitiveness and enthusiasm show through in events like Battle of the Classes, floats for Railroad Days, Spirit Days, just about anything that goes on in the high school. She takes on that and makes it the best for her senior class. She was a Granite Falls alumni. She was selected as the Emerald Sound Girls Basketball Coach of the Year, leading her team to the best showing since her senior year, probably ever. 1 game away from playing for a state berth. She probably loses sleep still about that and how close they were. She has high levels of engagement in her class. Students actively seek out her courses. There's waiting lists for kids to get into her classes. She's that passionate about it, makes it that much fun for her kids. She has two daughters that are at the high school, and they're examples of Anna's dedication to Granite Falls High School as they mirror her passion and commitment to the school. Her son is also going to be a future Tiger as well. Anna's outstanding contributions to education, coaching, and community involvement make her an ideal candidate for this award. Her positive influence on students and broader school community is truly commendable. Now for her name, Anna, it's gracious, one who gives. Peacemakers, she chooses to avoid conflict and finding common ground in any issues. She has a heightened intuition, patience, and natural ability to nurture others. She's driven by an inner force that seeks accomplishment, and they take things in their hands to make it happen. And those, from what I've seen in the first 7-8 months of being at the high school, those pretty much describe Anna as well. So congratulations to Anna McGar.
Thank you, Mr. Bianchini. I'm going to have Ms. McVeigh come up, and she will be presenting our next set of awards.
Oh, thank you, Avery. Look at that. See, I just got a distant big hug. Okay, I'm Bridget McVeigh. I'm the principal at Crossroads High School. And if I could have Blake, please come on down. Blake Kessler. Woohoo! Avery would do a much better job like delivering this award, but because of his dramaticness. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's with immense pride and admiration that I stand here today and present these awards to three truly exceptional individuals. So I'm starting with Blake, Mr. Blake Kessler. Recognizes not only his academic achievements, but his dedication to leadership, community, and making a meaningful impact on the world. This student embodies the spirit of dedication and servant leadership. This is what Miss Barth wrote. Need a volunteer? We've got one right here. He basically, anything we ask Blake to do at the school, he's right there helping for family education or family engagement nights. FBLA, he helps the coalition at Empty Bowls and the food bank make chili for Voices of Youth. So hey, just anything we ask him to do, he will do. He's been a rock star assistant at the Halloween. We do a big haunted house at Halloween and food drive. So he's just involved in all these organizations. Now music club, and I just got him to help participate with Voices of Youth this year. So that's pretty awesome. He's one of those behind the scenes kind of leaders. And I guess well, I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So when he puts his mind to something, there's no stopping him. So Blake has struggled with grades pretty much. I looked back, I could only see from second grade. So he's been second or third grade. When did you start at Granite? Your whole life? Kindergarten. So he's a K-12er. And so I could see you as far back as second grade on Skyward, and grades were really, they weren't too terrible, but then he got to middle school and spent some time really struggling. And now Blake decided this year that he was going to earn a 4.0, and he has had a 4.0 the whole time, this whole school year. He's done really well since he's been at Crossroads, and it's steadily grown. So I really appreciate that 4.0. He works hard for it. He actually is currently working on obtaining his private pilot license, which will be completed this summer. And then he wants to become a commercial airline pilot, but you have to be a certain age, right? To be a commercial airline pilot? Yeah. So anyways, he's going to be a commercial pilot, and he's going to be flying a plane that I'm on one day. I have a feeling. So his Check and Connect teacher, Miss Perkins, says that Blake has grown tremendously over the last 2 years. When I first met him, he barely spoke to me. After months of advising and many classroom Pokemon conversations, Pokemon. Blake let his guard down and opened up. During his last conference, I went over transcripts with his parents in chronological order. One thing that was evident was the academic improvement, a direct result of his hard work and his efforts. Blake went from, we won't talk about it, to then to see that he had pretty low grades and then ended up with then to C's and then B's and then A's and B's. And then this year has had a 4 point. It's pretty awesome. We really appreciate him. So I am really honored to present this award to someone who just exemplifies excellence in leadership. I forgot to read Mrs. Barr said about him. Sorry, I have to go back. That he's been very successful with all of his flights, getting more comfortable with landing the airplane by himself, and recently almost aced his written exam and is looking forward to his solo flight coming up. He's a true gentleman, kind and respectful to staff, and is very observant of his surroundings. At the end of the class, he quietly moves around the room, helping pick up supplies. So it leaves the teacher, instead of leaving the teacher to do this, he always offers to help. You are so sweet. So I just want to say congratulations and thank you for making Crossroads a better place. We appreciate you. Blake. Oh. Okay. Simon Rackett, come on down. So Simon is one of those incredible humans that flies under the radar, but wow, what a flight path. So some of his peers, this is how some of his peers describe Simon. Simon's so welcoming. When I first met him, he acted as if we were already friends. From saying hi and good morning every day to sitting next to me the moment we had class together. He's kind and energetic with a positive outlook on everything. Simon's one of the most creative and brilliant people I've ever met. He's got incredible analyzing skills and finds a way to look at things from angles most wouldn't bother. He's understanding and a great listener too. Simon's incredibly funny, so witty. I can't think of a time I didn't laugh when I was with Simon. His teachers say Simon is brilliant, provides a different perspective that is always insightful when participating in class discussions. Simon's hilarious and creative and elevates any space that he's in. So cool. Creative, kind, and very forward thinking. One of the most prepared students I've ever had. Not just prepared for school, but prepared for the future. He knows what he wants to do and everything it will take to get there. Authentic and quietly confident. His work is spectacular and shows a depth of perception that's rare among those his age. Always a smile, always creative, witty comeback on deck in any discussion. And such a hard worker. I really appreciate his perspective, candor, and willingness to ask questions. Well, you're gonna know who this one was. Simon has time and again demonstrated mastery and exceptionally high levels of creative analysis and interpretation. What teacher do you think this is? That you would expect to find on a university level English class. Simon's thoroughness, creativity, and quality of work is second to none and is an incredible asset to any classroom. Then one teacher said, my favorite thing about Simon is that he's almost always wearing a cat shirt. So you know who that is, huh? Yeah, it's Barth. Yeah. So Simon has had straight A's since being at Crossroads. How long have you been at Crossroads? Just this year, straight A's. Okay. That's awesome. Going to be a library technician one day. And wait, I think that we're okay. An absolute joy to have at our school. Simon is incredibly humble, and has a powerful presence that leaves a lasting impression for anyone who crosses his path. Thanks for being at Crossroads. There you go, Simon Rackett. Okay, this one I'm really excited about. So this is this is one of the case managers at Crossroads. At Crossroads, we have a little bit different system. So Brooke Claxton. Brooke Trout. So I stood up here. Actually, I'm privileged to stand up here for the second time presenting the Success in Education Award to Brooke. Brooke received the award 10 years ago as a Crossroads student. She's an alumni. And I'm just going to go ahead and read some of the things that were on the nomination. It says that Brooke's a dedicated member of our educational community, has exemplified commitment, passion, and excellence to a role in the Reimagine Education Grant. So we had a couple of grants last year. Reimagine Education Grant was for freshmen. And we identified the most at-risk 8th graders and brought them over to Crossroads. And a few of them were, had dropped out of 8th grade, dropped out of middle school. And 2 of those kids who dropped out of middle school are now sophomores and have a 4.0 and have had a 4.0 all year. And I think that has a lot to do with the case management of Brooke. So anyways, pretty awesome. She's consistent and equitable in the way she treats and works with both students and staff members. She's willing to adjust her schedule. She ends up coming in on weekends, nights. She's here many, many evenings, Saturdays, Sundays, whenever a lot of our students work full time. So she makes it a mission to make sure that she is able to still work in person with them. She cultivates a sense of trust and belonging, motivates students to strive for success while knowing they're valued individuals. She's able to be we call it a steel box with velvet lining. So she's able to be firm and still the students still know that she loves them and cares for them. Brooke graduated from Crossroads and spent 5 years doing agency work so that she could be properly trained to come back and make a difference in our students' lives. As a result of her history of being a homeless student while attending Crossroads, which 10 years ago, things were a little different. And I can remember getting the bus for her she got bused in from Linwood. Yeah. So, I mean, it was, things were different then. So she uses she came back from that and uses her experience as being a homeless student to be extremely passionate about the work that she does, particularly with our homeless students. She continually attempts to advocate for what's best for them and collaborate with district level staff. She does an excellent job of partnering with parents and parents of students who are enrolled in our new flexible learning option program, and helps to facilitate partnerships with the Coalition, Food Bank, Cocoon House, Compass Health. So Brooke's a pretty amazing person, and I really appreciate the work that she does at Crossroads, not just with the students, but with the staff. And honestly, with me, she helps keep me on track. And I adore this person. She is so deserving of this award. So.
Thank you, Ms. McVeigh. I'm going to call up from Monte Cristo, our 2 administrators, Mrs. Wynn, Mrs. Vo.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Paige Wynn, principal of Monte Cristo Elementary, and this is Christine Vo, assistant principal. It is our pleasure to announce Gabrielle Sosa McGuckin for the Success in Education Award for 3rd grade at Monte Cristo Elementary. His teacher, Mrs. Sean Bennison. Gabrielle is highly respected by his peers for his academic excellence, citizenship, and his strong leadership skills. Gabrielle is always eager to help everyone with anything and never gives less than 100% on his academics. He prides himself on perfect test scores and the mastery of new concepts, while at the same time encouraging and supporting others in their successes. As a third grade student, Gabrielle has a myriad of attributes to choose from. To name a few, Gabrielle is kind, caring, hardworking, patient, resilient, and humble. Gabrielle consistently pushes himself to have a growth mindset in all subjects, whether it is his favorite or least favorite. Gabrielle comes to school each and every day with a positive attitude and a huge smile, which makes it obvious that education is a priority for both Gabrielle and his family. Gabrielle's favorite subject is PE because you get to exercise and run around. His favorite book is the SOS Titanic. When he is not at school, he likes to ride his electric scooter. When he grows up, he wants to be a mechanic because he gets to drive test different cars. Congratulations to you, Gabrielle.
Well, welcome everyone. I am so excited to announce our fourth grade Success in Education winner. It is Garrett Detmer. Mrs. Pulliam is very honored to have Garrett as a student. His integrity, hard work, and dedication is evident in his academics and sportsmanship. Speaking of Mrs. Pulliam, there is your teacher who is so excited to nominate you today, Garrett. Her favorite part about being Garrett's teacher is how he comes through our class door every day with a smile and positive attitude. Garrett is a very hardworking and dedicated student who is an excellent role model for his classmates. Garrett always does his best on his assignments and in working with a group. He is a kind and caring friend to everyone and always willing to help a fellow classmate. As a student, Garrett is very dependable and helps other students with math and reading assignments. Garrett has a calm and inviting personality where both students and adults in our school look up to him. Garrett's favorite subject in school is math, and he enjoys all specials at Monte Cristo Elementary. His favorite books to read are the I Survived series, Horrible Harry, and comic books. When he's not in school, he likes to build Legos, practice football, read books, and use his devices. And when he grows up, he wants to be an NFL football player or an actor. Congratulations, Garrett. And it is with great excitement that I announce the fifth grade Success in Education winner, Omar Hernandez. It is our pleasure to have Omar nominated as our fifth grade Success in Education winner. Miss Eastman states that it has been a pleasure to teach Omar since third grade. Omar has grown from a very quiet and timid student to a confident classmate. He is kind and respectful to his peers and the school staff. He is willing to offer a helping hand to anyone that needs it. Omar is responsible throughout the day by following the expectations around the classroom and setting an example for other students. Even when presented with a challenging task, He works through it to the best of his abilities. Omar continues to amaze us with his growth in reading and math. He has gained multiple grade levels over the past couple of years and is immensely proud of his work. He is always eager to learn and has used this attitude when learning new material at school. Omar, we are so proud of you. Keep up your work ethic and positive attitude. Omar's favorite subject in school is reading. His favorite book to read is Junie B. Jones. When he is not at school, he likes to draw and color. When Omar grows up, he wants to be a doctor. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Monte Cristo. I'm going to have Mrs. Weddle come up for Mountain Way recipients.
Good evening. Our first recipient is Reese Schrank. Come on up. And her teacher is Miss Richter. If you could come on up also. Surprise. All right. Here's what your teacher has to say about you, Reese. Are you ready? Our kindergarten recipient of the Success in Education Award, Reese Schrank. Reese is the definition of a success in education student. Reese has the biggest heart who cares for everyone in her class. She always makes sure everyone has a friend. She has been incredibly helpful with other students who need help and is so kind to all. Reese is a hard worker and she has grown so much this year in all capacities. She is focused and always applying her learning. She consistently finds ways to go above and beyond. Reese also makes sure to try her best, even when it might be difficult or it is something new. She has a huge smile and let me see the smile. There it is. And she is so passionate about helping others at such a young age that it is inspiring to all. When Reese isn't at school, she likes to play with her toy horses and sometimes likes to play with her older brother and sister. Her favorite part of school is getting to spend time with her friends, and she also loves getting to learn with Mrs. Richter and really likes doing art in class. Reese says that she is really good at reading, but she hasn't learned how to read every single word yet, and that's okay. She has 2 dogs and 2 cats, and she loves horses and wants to work with horses when she grows up. Her favorite food is Caesar salad, and her favorite dessert is Neapolitan ice cream. Reese loves learning and is a leader throughout our whole school. You can count on Reese to show Cubs behavior expectations, cooperation, understanding, bravery, and safety. Her teacher feels grateful that she has such an amazing student in her class. And Mountain Way is so lucky to have a rock star tiger cub like Reese. And now I would like to call up Lily Dahlman and Miss Rodrigo. Oh, she's ready. Hi, Lily. Our first grade recipient of the Success in Education Award is Lily Dahlman. Lily was nominated for this award for several reasons. Lily is a smart, kind, and exceptional first grade student. She works extremely hard every day in school. And when things get tough, she rises to the occasion and perseveres through any task that she's given. She always gives more than 100% in everything that she does. Lily also showed the most growth in the class on her iReady reading scores. Let's see. Yep, iReady reading scores from September to January. Her hard work in and out of the classroom proves that if you put in the hard work, it pays off. When Lily is not at school, she loves to play outside in her playhouse. She's excited to be able to go on her very first ferry ride this spring break. So that is so exciting for her. Her favorite part of school is recess, where she enjoys playing family with her friends. And her favorite role is being the teenager so she can babysit the babies. Lily shares that she really likes art and especially does a good job at the directed drawing they do in her class. Her favorite animal is the panda bear, and her favorite food is cheese pizza. Lily wants to be a veterinarian or a teacher when she grows up. Her teacher, Mrs. Rodrigo, says that Lily is both an amazing student academically, and she is also one of the kindest little girls she has ever had as a student. She is helpful to anyone in need, and she puts her own work aside to stop and help fellow classmates. Lily recently mentioned to her teacher that during recess, several students were looking to her for help when they needed to solve a problem or had a conflict. That's very nice. This demonstrates that Lily is also not only a good friend, but a fabulous problem solver that peers can rely on as well. Lily is such an incredible student. Good job, Lily. And our last student that we're recognizing tonight is Cooper Strong. Miss Barger, are you here? I don't see Miss Barger, but you know what? I think Miss Grabner might want to come up here. Was Miss Grabner your teacher last year? Awesome. Come on up, Miss Grabner. Today, we had Cooper in the office and we were talking to him about what he likes and what his goals are. And Miss Grabner walked by and she was like, oh no, what happened? It was all for good stuff. So that was awesome. All right, we're going to read a little bit about Cooper. Our second grade student receiving the Success in Education Award is Cooper Strong from Miss Barger's class. Cooper is a shining example of what it means to be a Mountain Way Elementary cub. Cooper exemplifies cooperation, understanding, bravery, and safety. He is a very kind student who always is leading by example. Cooper always strives to do his best in school and loves learning about every subject. He consistently offers his ideas and support to his peers when needed. When Cooper is not at school, he likes to take dance classes at the Granite Falls School of Dance. He takes classes in hip hop, jump and turns, ballet, and jazz. He also is on their dance competition team. Cooper's favorite part of school is when they work on knowledge as part of their reading curriculum. During knowledge, they learn about different topics in the world and learn new vocabulary. When we ask Cooper to tell us something that he's good at, he says that he's really good at dance and he likes to read. Cooper has a dog named Roxy that's a Yorkie. Cooper's favorite food is chicken ramen. And when Cooper grows up, he wants to become a pilot because his dad is a pilot and the rest of his family work on airplanes. Cooper's teacher feels fortunate to have him as a student in class and is very proud of the growth he has made this school year. Congratulations. I stopped Cooper.
All right, Mr. Maynard, come on up for the middle school.
Good evening, everyone. Is Santiago Jacobo in? All right, well, Santiago Jacobo was our sixth grade Success Award winner, Success Education winner for quarter 3. I'm gonna move on to seventh grade. I know she's here because I seen her, Aubrey Aguilera. She's our seventh grade award winner. Congratulations to Aubrey Aguilera for being nominated as the seventh grade Success in Education recipient for the third quarter. Aubrey is kind and always completes her work on time. Aubrey gets along with her peers wonderfully and is a pleasure to have in class. She has shown tremendous growth this year in her studies and shows maturity in her actions. She is respectful to everyone in the classroom and is never malicious. Aubrey can often be found helping out friends throughout the day. She is bright, personable, funny, and polite. She makes the right choices to succeed at school. Aubrey is all the teacher wants from a student. It is for this reason Aubrey has been chosen for this award. Aubrey is super quiet. I'm super loud during the daytime. It does not bother her. She walks right past me. Hey, Mr. Maynard, how you doing? Whether I'm yelling or not, get to class. So Aubrey, you definitely deserve this award. Everybody give it up for Aubrey Aguilera. All right. Our eighth grade Success in Education award winner is Joey Garrett. Joy, too, like Aubrey, I never get a chance to see her until she pretty much runs our student store. And the only time I get to see her is at Miss Haverfield's desk because she is just quiet and she's handling her business. All right, so here's her write-up. If you are ever in need of a sunshine, this is Joey. Joey is exactly as that. She's silly, friendly, and joyous. Makes her the highlight for students and staff. She greets others with her infectious smile and hello. Joy also has a serious side, but this mostly applies to her education, athletics, and student store. She works hard to make sure she's not just meeting the standards, but going above them and exemplifying the Granite Falls Middle School motto, rise above expectations. Joy's dedication to her education is matched with her positive influence on teammates and those around her. She is attentive and coachable, what makes her a true representative of being a Success in Education recipient. Her teachers, friends, and teammates have so much to be proud of her at all times. Joy, thank you for being a part of Granite Falls Middle School. Everybody give it up for Joy Barrett. Thank you, everyone.
We have one last award tonight that is going to be given to a number of people. I'm going to ask them to join me if they're here tonight. So Julie Dixon, Kathy Silvera, Wendy Beach, Caitlin Richter, Jeremy Rose, Adam Goldstein, and Katie Yaskis. What I'm presenting tonight is the Superintendent's Award with the lovely name, the Mucker Award. And for many of you, my staff colleagues and board members, they know what this is about. They know that, and I'll share with the rest of you that I grew up playing hockey. I've been a lifelong hockey fan. And in hockey, a mucker is one of those players who's not afraid to go into the corners, throw some elbows, do whatever it takes to get control of the puck. And so I want to share the Mucker Awards with my friends and colleagues up here tonight. I first want to share that come June, I'll be closing out 39 years in public education. And 22 of those, I served as a district superintendent. It didn't take me long to realize that a school district cannot move forward without the collaboration with its labor unions. Let me say that in those 20 years plus as a superintendent, I've enjoyed the relationship building with our associations and district. I want to emphasize, I've enjoyed working with our associations. It has been a pleasure. Yes, we might have our separate goals and interests. We may mildly or adamantly disagree on something, but at the end of the day, we always find the common ground, and that is the mission of serving students is job one. When together we keep students and student learning at the forefront, the side issues are just that. They're minor side issues. I also know that when any concerns come up, we are all comfortable, this entire team and those who couldn't join us, we're all comfortable contacting and problem solving immediately. And I'm serious when I say at any time of day, am I right? Any time of day, because we know school must go on and we must be at our best for our students. So I want to thank you for your leadership, for being great colleagues, and for the great collaboration over these last 5 years. And the Mucker Awards, we have a little puck and a puck holder. And so I'm going to find yours in just a minute. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for 5 great years working together for our students. Thank you. All right, so that concludes our Success in Ed awards ceremony tonight. I want to say thank you and congratulations to all our recipients. Thank you to our parents and family who have been so supportive. I know that when we conclude with this, all the recipients, if you could go back to the black curtain, we want to take a group picture and then families can take pictures. We have refreshments over to the side, and we want to do 10 minutes. Is that right? 15 minutes. So I know the board still has a little bit of business. We're going to take a 15-minute recess, but everyone else, thank you for coming tonight. It was a pleasure, and congratulations again. Thank you.
All right, it's 7:19. Can I get the board back up front? Obviously, grab refreshments. Okay, I'd like to call the regular school board meeting for March 27th back to order. We are now at item 4A of the agenda, which is items from the floor. The Granite Falls School Board welcomes the opportunity to hear public comment and allows time for this purpose at each regular session meeting. I don't have the sign in, but I believe we have one person signed up, right? We have Lonnie signed up to speak. So Lonnie, I know that you got sent the script. We have 5 minutes. I'll start a timer and stuff like that. Where do we want? You can move the camera. Okay, so I can give him a microphone over there, or do you need him to move? Okay, give it a minute. Or sorry, everybody. You have one delay here. I can have him move over there if that. Oh, you're resetting it. Okay. Pause for 1 minute just for some technical stuff. Give me the thumbs up when we're ready. No problem. All right. I'll start the timer. Go ahead, Mr. Lonnie.
I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to talk tonight. And I want to clarify that I'm not doing this out of spite or malice. It's a genuine concern for the district. Being my 25th year in education, over half of that here in Granite Falls, my bond with the district and community runs deep. However, recent ominous emails from the administration alluring to financial distress in neighboring districts like Marysville have left me and many others unsettled. As an employee of Granite Falls School District, I share a grave concern about our financial stability, echoing sentiments expressed by fellow colleagues and community members. The decisions to freeze all building budgets, coupled with a reported $1.4 million shortfall as of January in the financial report, has raised numerous questions and worries. Why have all building budgets been frozen? Is it temporary measure for the remainder or effect of the year, or is it going to be ongoing? These questions arise particularly because the latest financial projections indicate a projected fund balance of $3.716 million by August, a significant increase over the 1.2 projected in December, and aligning closely with the last summer's budget estimates. With budget frozen, how are teachers expected to facilitate labs, plan activities, organize events that rely on allocated building funds? Is the district shifting the burden onto teachers to cover expenses out of our own pockets, or onto the community and the students when we ask for support for the planned activities? Additionally, our Career and Technical Education Department has faced considerable challenge in recent years due to inadequate planning and improper reporting of information to secure appropriate funding. Excessive changes of administrative salaries further strain our already limited funds, which are not supplemented by levy dollars, unlike other district employees who fill the gap with them. While some may attribute our financial difficulties to class sizes or salaries, the reality is stark. We have lost significant funding due to reporting discrepancies, with my classes losing thousands of dollars from last year's funding, and the high school CTE programs facing even greater losses in the tens of thousands of dollars. Looking back at July's reduction in paraeducators, many of us are left wondering what's next, especially considering the assurances from the district that such measures would not be necessary despite optimistic projections. The current trend and past 4 years' experience leave me skeptical and untrusting. It's imperative that we undertake a thorough examination of our financial state to avoid falling into the same dire situation as districts like Marysville, Tukwila, Mount Baker, and soon to be Coopville. On a positive note, it's amazing to see that we have 130 more students enrolled in CT courses for the upcoming year at the high school, with a significant portion opting to take Core Plus construction. I thank you for your time, and if you ever have any questions, I'll answer them at any time. Thank you.
Thank you, Lonnie. Appreciate that. And as customarily as we do during items from the floor, we certainly welcome you to direct any questions, concerns to Superintendent Dr. Middleton. Do we have anyone else signed up for items from the floor? Okay. All right. That only leaves one other thing. We are now at our adjournment. I will adjourn the meeting now at 7:25. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Appreciate you.